Today we're talking about 5 substitutes for cane sugar. I would mention the prerequisite for moving on from cane sugar would be to have already dropped out of your lifestyle artificial sweeteners. I'm talking Splenda, aspartame, NutraSweet, Sweet and Low, acesulfame, potassium. Those are gone. And now we're saying, you know what? We want to accumulate some more health. We're consuming an excess of cane sugar, but at least cane sugar is a natural substance compared to those aforementioned artificial ones. So going from cane sugar to the options we're about to discuss is one more step forward on your health accumulation journey. Recognize that powdered sugar or refined sugar is devoid of nutritional value. All the vitamins, minerals, polyphenols, they've literally been stripped from the original sugarcane to give you this crystalline white powder that no longer supplies us with nutritional value. All right, so 5, here we go. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So raw honey is the powerhouse of sweeteners. I'll let my daughter have spoonfuls of it because it has so much nutritional value. And I give it to my kids if they have an upper respiratory infection, if they have, because it's antiviral, it's antimicrobial, it's anti-inflammatory, it's soothing. You can put it in your tea, you can put it in your coffee, put it in your baked goods. Raw honey is a superfood when it comes to sweeteners. It is also loaded with vitamin C, with B vitamins, with a whole conglomeration of minerals. Honey has even been shown to inhibit H. pylori, that stomach infection. That's associated with gastritis and peptic ulcers, increased risk of gastric cancers. You would think it's just a sweetener, but the sweetness of honey, you would expect that it would even raise blood sugar levels, right? But in fact, the opposite is true. Consuming honey has actually been shown to lower fasting blood sugars. And this just goes to show you that if we're being recommended something to eat in the Bible, maybe we should take close attention and give it another look. So number 2 on my list is date sugar. Date sugar isn't quite as popular, but it's available and it's got some value. So it is a great option to sweeten up your life as it literally is granulated dried dates. So human studies have shown that dates and date extracts have a very strong antioxidant effect. In humans, this isn't just animal models, this is in humans. In fact, the Journal of American Dietetics Association published a report showing that among a whole myriad of natural sweeteners, in fact, they did over 10 different sweeteners, blackstrap molasses was the only one that had a higher antioxidant concentration profile than did date sugar. So date sugar is also a reasonable source of potassium, magnesium, copper. It is important to mention that with new extraction methods, companies are not just granulating dried dates anymore, but they are extracting, with very intense scientific methods, extracting the sugars from the dates and saying that these are from dried dates, which is true, but it is like saying sugarcane is from cane sugar, which is also true, but all the beneficial nutritional value has been stripped from it. And it's just the sweetness that remains. So look for granulated date sugar powder or get some medjool dates and blend them yourself and add them to recipes. Number 3 on our list is monk fruit. And monk fruit is a great option. It's over 100 times sweeter than cane sugar, and it has a unique antioxidant profile. These mogrosides that are literally the antioxidants that supply this crazy sweetness to monk fruit. And the main issue with monk fruit is that it's so sweet by itself that it doesn't really taste sweet. It doesn't taste great. So it's often paired with sugar alcohols like erythritol. And as I've talked about before, erythritol is associated with a lot of gut dysbiosis and changes in bacteria that are not to our benefit. And, gas, bloating. So I suggest if you're going to use monk fruit to sweeten things and to try to maybe decrease your overall caloric intake from sweeteners, then try to use it in tandem with, say, date syrup or maple syrup or honey, uh, so that you can get the sweetness, the benefits of monk fruit, and an overall decrease in the other sweeteners as far as caloric load. But you're gonna have to look though. Look on the package, otherwise you're probably gonna get erythritol. All right, number 4 is stevia leaf extract. And it is another kind of near 0-calorie sweetener, just like monk fruit. Also hundreds of times sweeter than sugarcane. And it would be a good option if you're trying to overcome sugar cravings, you're trying to get that cane sugar under control. And one thing to watch for when it comes to stevia is that, given its intense flavor and its intense sweetness, it also is often combined with sugar alcohols, with dextrose, with artificial sweeteners. So be sure to check the label. Make sure it's actually stevia you're getting and not a little bit of stevia and a bunch of other stuff. Like brands like Truvia and stuff. I would completely stay away from those. Make sure it's actually stevia. All right. Next, we have maple syrup. And when I talk about maple syrup, especially the extra dark kind, this is a big time winner. And generally speaking, as the syrup darkness goes up, the antioxidant load of the syrup is also increasing. So dark maple syrup, it's proposed to have these crazy, amazing medical properties to even treat things like gastric cancers, because it's shown to have significant inhibitory effects on the cancer cell proliferation process. So if cancer cells cannot proliferate, they have a tough time doing any business against us. That's negative. Now, it is unfortunate that the organic maple syrup that I have in my cupboard right now from Costco is unlikely to have these anti-proliferative effects. There's just not enough of the antioxidant load in there from the maple syrup, but there's still a host of minerals, B vitamins, organic acids in even the organic maple syrup you get from Costco. The most common way I actually use maple syrup is when we make homemade whipped cream. And I'll put the heavy whipping cream in, and then like a teaspoon up to a tablespoon sometimes, if I'm feeling really good, of a maple syrup, and it tastes delicious. All right, I hope you enjoy these cane sugar substitutes. Make them happen. And be sure to remember Proverbs 25:16. It says, if you have found honey, eat only enough for you, lest you have your fill of it and vomit. So when it comes to concentrated sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, monk fruit, stevia, date sugar, moderation is our friend. All right, let me know your go-to when it comes to sweeteners in the comments below. Please like, subscribe to this channel if you find this information valuable. Share it with your friends, and I will be seeing you guys and gals next week.